Dome Link, it's your boy Ink, part 2.5 of my love letter for YouTube. So I was watching the video and I realized I missed a big part of why YouTube is such a great platform. I realized that I've missed a large chunk. Now, the reason why is because I was ordering a meal from DoorDash on a place that was closing at 9:30. It was 9:10. So I wish I did enough for my two videos, my part 1 and part 2, but I needed part 2.5. Now, ultimately, this is going to be a shorter video than the two other parts, but it is as important. So when I started watching YouTube, I had my father was a person that believed in conspiracy, that believed that, oh, you shouldn't give too much out information, and by doing videos I'm doing the opposite. But a reason why I'm doing video is also because of YouTube recommended. There's a lot of people that discovered through YouTube recommended. There's a lot of band I recommended. I remember a small metal band that saw me commenting on the, oh wow, I commented on a Five Finger Dead Punch video, and because they saw that, they reached out to me and they said, "Hey, you might like our band." And there's such a community. Because with a lot of people on YouTube, with a lot of people that are coming to create video, a lot of us are just looking to have fun, but a lot of us have ambition. Now, ultimately, I'm not the most ambitious guy, and I realize that, and I'm just happy with what I have right now. But there's a lot of us that are super ambitious and want to rule the world. And the fact that there was these people that basically asked me for help to say, hey, you might like our stuff. They were asking for people to enjoy. The people the people you see on YouTube, right? That are asking you to like, comment, and share. I know it's annoying. But ultimately, you look at someone like MatPat Game Theory. Did Game Theory change life? Possibly. Was Game Theory politically as prominent as Ben Shapiro? Did Game Theory had such an opinion or such an impact as somebody, per example, PewDiePie, which was commonly known around the world? No, the MatPat, the second, I wasn't a Game Theory fan. I was never like a Game Theory, a fanatic. But the second he announced that he was retiring, when he saw the love that was going there, I was like, holy shit. People truly care. And it's possible. It is possible that a lot of these people came from recommendation. The sense that YouTube is also a business, but also a community. I want you guys to picture, right, a city or a building. A building would be better, but a city is big enough to contain every single person that is on YouTube as a content creator, right? Now, in a building, you see all of those people, and they have different job, and they have different importance in the company, but they all are here to better a company. They might do it because they want to work and they want to get paid. They might do it because they have a passion, or they might be doing it just because they believe. Now, when I say my channel was made for becoming a better human, evolving, documenting my life, because again, I got no recollection, I got no memories, and maybe one day I'll watch those videos laughing because I say, oh, I was such a foolish summer child. Maybe I will do that one day, but for now, all I care about is becoming a better person. Well, that is technically true, technically not true. Another reason why I'm doing YouTube video is to give back. Now, I did mention before that I spend the majority of my time on YouTube, and that's true. That is 100% truth. But being part of the people that give back, being part of the people that actually do something to better place, because listen, like I said in my second part videos, YouTube is a community, and we have the choice and the power to make it a better one or a worse one. And ultimately, YouTube will survive either there is a majority of people that are negative trolls, or people that are positive. A majority of people that are positive. It doesn't matter. YouTube will survive. But as somebody who's consuming a lot of YouTube, I do owe and this is my opinion. This is not your opinion. This is not something I'm implementing. This is not an absolute. This is not a fatality. This is just an opinion. But I have the ability, the power, the opportunity. Yes, it is an opportunity to create content and to give back to the platform that gave me so much, right? This platform gave me so much fucking love. This platform was there when I was lonely. This platform was there when I was depressed. This platform was there in my highest and my lowest. And it's a platform. It's not a human being. It's not a relationship. I understand that. But something that gives you this much. It's like a community, like your city, right? Your city who puts effort into maintaining the road, into having some fun activities, and they're doing something to clean the streets. You can partake in it, and you can decide not to partake in it, but ultimately it's your city. Do you find that you want, or you choose to have your city as filthy as possible or as clean as possible is all up to you. Now, going back to my father was a conspiracy theorist, and he believed that you shouldn't have information on the internet. Now, when I started on YouTube, as a viewer, I didn't want people to know what I wanted to watch. And I went back into the band that says, hey, you like this band. You possibly would like ours. And ultimately, that band was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. They were starting out. They don't make content anymore. They haven't made content in years. So ultimately, who that band wasn't important, but it still impacted me because they were like, "Yo, they're part of a community," and that was my first experience of a content creator. That band, that band, had reach out to me and say, "Hey, you might like our music." I'm gonna tell you a secret. They were viewers. They were viewers on the Five Finger Dead Punch channel. They were listening to Five Finger Dead Punch channel. They were viewer and content creator. I was a viewer. And they were sharing that. And sure, they made some content. And sure, they had a monetary gain by me watching their video because I watched the ads. By watching the ads, they pocket some AdSense money. And ultimately, that them being biased. But it doesn't mean that the effort of wanting to create music or create content wasn't a honest one. It wasn't something that they truly wanted to do. It wasn't something that they believed that they should do because at the very beginning they were ambitious. And it's not because I'm not an ambitious person that I don't understand ambitious people. And by understanding ambitious people, I can relate to the sense of they're trying to make their mark. Now, ultimately, I'm not going to ask you to like, share, comment. I'm not even going to ask you to subscribe. I'm just telling you how it is. I got no ambition because right now it's a hobby. If this was a job, I'd be more stressed. I'd be like, yo, I need those I need to pay my bills. But ultimately, now it's not the case. Now I'm just having fun. I'm not saying it will never be the case, but I'm saying that right now, this is not the case. You want to skip this video, fucking skip it. I don't care. And I know this is basically saying, if you don't like my shit, don't watch it. Which is basically something very negative to do, because this is thinking that you're right and you shouldn't change. But basically, this is just an opinion. This opinion might change. This opinion will change over the years. I'm 31 years old. Even if I've reached half my life point, even if I reach half my life expectancy, it doesn't matter. I'll change. This perception will change. YouTube will change. And by YouTube changing its environment, the people inside its environment will change. If you're living in a forest where there's a lot of fruits, you're going to eat fruits. If you're living in a forest where there's basically no fruit, you're going to go hunting. And if you're living in a desert where there's no fruit nor animal, you're going to find another way to survive. You may adapt. And when YouTube is going to change, its content creators are going to be adapting. Now, why is this important? It's because it's already been adapting. YouTube created its AI that pushed in your recommendation thing that you might like. I was against the algorithm before I saw it. But the number of content creators I still follow to this day, the number of videos I truly enjoy and truly remember to this day, were recommended to me by the algorithm. And ultimately, you can see the algorithm in two fashions. The negative one, which is it's intrusive. It sees what I see. It knows what I don't want people to know. And I don't have the choice to turn it off, and that's bad. Or you can see it in the positive option, which is my way of seeing it. The recommend is going to be recommending you videos, because ultimately YouTube relies upon us as viewers to create its content. So YouTube, the way it works, there's content created, there's ad put on that content. Since there's so many content creators, there's so many places to put ads, or the more plays they put ads, the more money they make as a company. Now, by doing this, by having the algorithm recommend you videos, their proper or their goal, ultimately, I'm sorry, but it's not to say, hey, we think you're gonna like this. YouTube wants you to stay on their website, so they recommend you video that you think you might like, because the more you enjoy videos, the more videos you enjoy, the longer you stay. The longer you stay, the more ad you see. And the more ad you see, the more money it makes. The algorithm works in 3 ways. It's a give and give context. You give time, watch ad, it gives you something to watch and something to entertain. The second way it works is it's constantly pushing newer creator. Now, I've always believed as a viewer that the algorithm was gonna recommend videos from creator that it's promoting. So videos, so if you look at the example of Twitch is promoting Pokimane a lot, and the reason why they're promoting Pokimane is because Pokimane is one of the more popular. They know that they know that every stream she's gonna do is gonna bring money to the company. Now YouTube, as a content creator, even though my channel is quite small, has been pushing my video out, and maybe I get lucky, maybe it's because I created a lot of content, but I promise you, they're pushing my content out. And by pushing my content out, I get the feeling that, holy shit, they want me to thrive. And ultimately, there's a possibility that they don't give a shit about me. There's a possibility that they don't give a shit and they just want me to put more videos so they could put more ads on the video. But I believe that somebody somewhere working for YouTube, working for this fucking multi-million-dollar company, this billion-dollar empire, want me to succeed because they want to make the world a better place. Now, if you look at shows, if you look at this history of television, if you look at shows like Friends, when we lost Matt Perry not too long ago, rest in peace, Friends was truly a show about entertainment, but somehow, some way, it touched us something. How I Met Your Mother, although I had a terrible ending, taught us something. Game of Thrones, Walking Dead taught us something. We lived those emotions. And although it was all fiction, and although it was just a show, or just a stranger watching a show, or a narrative being pushed, I watch people on YouTube make content, creates video that are not true. And I could be mad that they're lying, but they're just pushing a content or narrative, and it's entertaining. I don't care if it's not true. I care about being entertained. That's all that matters to me, and all that will ever matter to me. Now, the third reason the algorithm is so important is because we live in a world where being constantly bombarded. The algorithm reason to be is the third reason. It's my perception of the third reason. Now, we live in a world where we're so overstimulated by Netflix, by Paramount, by Disney Plus, by Google, Amazon Prime. We're so stimulated with Netflix, with Hulu, with Crunchyroll. There's so many things that I'm missing a large chunk. But all of them are giving you content, and of course you gotta pay them. Right? Ultimately, you gotta pay YouTube for YouTube Red or YouTube Prime. You gotta pay for that. But we're being constantly paying. Now, ultimately, I've been paying for Netflix for 3 years. Am I spending more time on YouTube or Netflix? YouTube. But I'm glad Netflix is there, because if I feel like watching Netflix, it's there. If I feel like watching a specific movie, chances are it's gonna be there. I don't mind paying for Netflix, even though I'm watching more YouTube, because Netflix does offer me something. Now, the algorithm understand that you have a very limited amount of time, a very limited amount of free time. That's the important part, free time, because we all have the same amount of time. You think life is unfair? It is. You think people are making more money than you? They are. You think people have a better life than you? They're most likely yes. But we all have this one thing in common: time. We all have 24 hours and our days. Now, how we choose to spend it or how we're supposed to spend it is different. Some people work 8 hours, some people they work 10, some people have children to take care of, some people they don't have children to take care of. You understand? We all have the amount of time, but free time, now this is different. The amount of time is the same, but free time where we get to do whatever we want is different. That's the important part. How do I want to spend my free time? Now, the algorithm understand that 8 hours a day, you have to work. The algorithm understand that 8 hours a day, technically you should sleep. The algorithm understand that Ink Vendetta is likely to spend a maximum of 8 hours on YouTube per day. They understand that Ink Vendetta as a viewer is more likely to spend 8 hours watching shows, videos, and ads. The ads is the important part here. So they want you to stay, and for that they understand that you're not able to watch everything. So they're pushing recommendation because they know that ultimately your amount of time is valuable. And of course, you say AI is a machine, but the concept behind a machine is man-made. And although a machine doesn't have emotion, the human that made them had emotion making them. You look at the story of Geppetto and Pinocchio. If you look, I just played Light of Peace. That's why I'm talking about it. Sure, Pinocchio, in the proper sense of the term, was a puppet. But the puppet was created because Geppetto lost his kid. And the reason for that is because he wanted to have another kid, right? So the feeling behind creating Pinocchio were real. The emotion Pinocchio felt were all fairy tale, but the emotion Geppetto felt were real. And somehow the emotion that Geppetto felt was enough. So the person that created the algorithm understand that your time is valuable. And hopefully they recommend video because they understand that you cannot watch every single video. Let me tell you a simple fact. Today, 3 February 2024, there's 67 minutes of content created and put on YouTube for every single minute of time spent. Now, it doesn't make sense. How can I watch 67 minutes of content and then if every minute there's more that's coming out? Well, truth is, in the 67 minutes of content that you're having, only 12 minutes, only 10 to 12 minutes of this you're going to care about. Only 2 to 3 minutes of content being put out are going to be interesting enough to you or appealing or having nice enough thumbnails for you to click on that video. The rest is never going to affect you. And ultimately, the algorithm is for that. It said, hey, we know what you like. We know that you don't know what to watch next because there's so many choices, but let me promote this video. Right? And ultimately, there's a lot of people that are going to say, yeah, but the algorithm favor creator that on the upper, the algorithm isn't nice to me. Truth is, the algorithm isn't nice for nobody. Now, I know what I said right now contradicts what I said earlier in the fact that the algorithm pushed my video. And I truly feel like somebody has pushed my video in the proper sense of the term because it isn't normal that I get the amount of traction that I have for a 220 subscriber channel. I understand that. I agree with that. I realize that this doesn't make sense. However, it did. It did. If you think that I'm lying, I'm saying this right now. I've been spending 3 years of my life creating videos on YouTube, and ultimately, the quality of the videos weren't always there. But for 3 years, I've reached 220 followers. So you're saying that the algorithm isn't working for you. I'm telling you it's working for me now, but it hasn't always worked for me. Keep going, keep on being consistent, and one day it might work for you. Now, the beauty of YouTube, the tragedy of YouTube, is that not everybody's going to make it as a content creator, right? But some people are going to be able to make it. Some people are going to be able to do something meaningful to them. This is really funny thing that happened. Don't ask me why. 2 weeks ago, I was on vacation for Christmas by holidays. I was obsessed with mythology. I had a weekend left before I started work, and I was obsessed with mythology. So what I did was watch multiple videos of mythologies. Now, ultimately, I fell asleep. When I woke up, there was this person creating a Lego aircraft. Now, as a kid, I love Lego, but if I ever watch a Lego video on YouTube, never. And you know what? I checked the person. They were entertaining. They were having fun. They had 1,670 follower. I forget the name of the channel. I should have wrote it down. And ultimately, they didn't make a living. Lego are super expensive, but they were having fun. They were doing what they want. And making a video about Lego had meaning to them. Writing this love letter to YouTube has meaning to me. I'm not going to make a living out of it. I'm not going to make money out of this video. And if I do, it might be in 4 or 5 years. But it doesn't matter because right now, this is the most meaningful thing to me. Making video is something I've been focusing on for now 3 years. And again, quality hasn't always been there, but I'm evolving as a creator. And evolving as a creator also means evolving as a human. And that's thanks to YouTube. Thanks to the algorithm pushing my video. Because of course, when I make a video and I get 20, 10, 15 views, I'm extremely happy. I said, you know what? I'm glad I made this video. And when I put a lot of effort, I did a reaction to Good Mythical Morning 2 videos, and they were blocked. And at first, I was like, fuck. I put time and effort into these videos, and they were blocked. But here's the truth. They were blocked. They were copyright claim. They weren't copyright striked. There was no strike against my channel. They were just blocked. They could have striked my channel. They decided just to claim it. And for that, I'm grateful. Now, this might seem like I'm kissing ass, but there's a lesson here. The video didn't perform because they were blocked. However, I had fun making those videos. I had a great time making those videos. Those videos are maybe 2 hours of my life, but it was 2 hours that I enjoyed. The fact that there's no results into it is false. Maybe those videos changed me as a person a little bit. Maybe making those videos improved my video making. Maybe my reaction of those videos improved the reaction that I'm going to do to other videos. And ultimately, that's serving a purpose. Now, YouTube, the most beautiful thing and the thing we're going to be ending on is as useful to his viewer and as useful to the creator. You might see YouTube as this capitalistic machine, but guess what? As long as you're being entertained, who gives a shit? And ultimately, that's how I'm going to end this letter. Who gives a shit? You might not give a shit about YouTube as a viewer. You might not give a shit about YouTube as a content creator. But thing is, this video is going to be put on YouTube, so you're already on the website. If you're already on the website, you have a choice to make it a better place or a worse place. This is the idea behind those videos. Is yes, we complain about the corporation a lot, but as consumer, are we doing our best we can? Are we actively looking for product to improve our life? Are we actively looking for product that are in our local? If I had to choose 2 buckets of tomatoes, am I choosing the one that's going to be from California or the one that's from Canada? Now I'm Canadian. Ultimately, maybe Californian tomatoes are better because now it's winter. But we are more fresh. But the reality is, those tomatoes from Canada are proper to economy, right? And YouTube is, against all odds, more positive than negative. We have to keep it like that. We have to make sure that it stays like that. And I'm not asking you to go like and comment on videos of people just to be nice, just to be positive. I'm saying you should treat it as a gift. You take it for granted, but it's not granted. In 10 years, this application might not exist. We don't know. We never know. And that's why we have to protect it. Love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.